Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Kay, and today we are going to be looking at my favourites and fails for the month of April. So first things first, my son is still awake next door, so if you hear any child noises, movement, thumping, banging, random noisy toys, that's what that is. And also my neighbour has just decided to go out into the garden, so we're gonna crack on. So favourites and fails, I'm going to talk about 10 items. I'm going to talk about 10 that I liked, 10 that weren't so great, and I'm going to go in order of the things that I liked the most to the things that I liked the least. So somewhere in the middle there's going to be a bit of a, it wasn't a total fail, but it wasn't exactly brilliant either. Okay, so the first item I'm going to talk about is this. I loved this. I spoke about this in one of my weekly catch-ups. It's the Sigmagic scrub from Sigma, obviously. It's a brush cleanser. Stick it to the sink, swirl your brushes in, rinse it all away, job's done. Absolutely my favourite thing that I've bought and used throughout the month of April. Just mwah. It was a really good product. It's a good idea. I'm really glad I've got it. Next favourite thing, and this I struggled actually between this and the scrub to decide which should go in the top spot, and I went with the scrub just because it has made my life easier and it will continue to do so. But this was a close second. So this was my Viseart Petit Pro 5, the Soleil palette. I'm just so in love with it still. I've used it several times throughout the month of April since I've had it anyway, and I love it every single time. It just excites me, really does excite me. Absolutely love it. Next we've got a skincare item. So I had this from the Body Shop. Well, I didn't have it from the Body Shop. I had it in, I think I had it in the March edition of Glossybox. It was my first Glossybox, and yeah, I was hoping I would get this one. I'd seen a few unboxings and there was other scents, and out of the 3 that were going around at the time, I remember thinking to myself, I hope I get the argan oil one. And I did, and it smells heavenly. It's so luxurious, and I've used it a few times already throughout April, and it just leaves your skin feeling really soft and really moisturised, and it smells good, and I love it. Next is this. So it was my, oops, block out my face for a second, there you go. So it's the Game of Thrones Urban Decay eyeliner pencil in the shade the Night King. So it's this blue one, and it's a nice, let's see if I can show you on here. So it's that gorgeous teal colour, and it's got glitter in it. I don't know if you can see the glitter in it, but anyway, yeah, absolutely loved the shade. I've used it a few times. Really easy to use, really easy to apply. I liked it, really liked it. Glad I purchased it, and I think I'm going to continue to use it quite regularly. Next, so this was something that I received in Look Fantastic subscription box for March, and it was this. So it's the upside down, it's the Evolution of Smooth, or EOS lip balm. It's just a little egg-shaped lip balm. I like it. It was a bit of a surprise that I liked it. I've struggled for years to find lip balms that I like. I've tried all the sort of regular drugstore brands, and they feel like they dry my lips out, which is, you know, not the point. My all-time favourite has been my DHC Lip Cream. I adore this, absolutely adore this. It's been my go-to lip balm for about 18 months now. So when I got this, I was thinking I'll give it a go, but you know, we'll see. And it was actually a nice surprise. I've been using it in conjunction with my DHC. It has sort of similar effects, so it's been really useful, and I've really enjoyed using it. This is in the scent Coconut, I think. That's my only gripe, is once you've taken that outer packaging off, you've got no way of knowing what scent it is. All you've got is your nose. So it's coconut, but other than that, I couldn't tell you. Okay, so next we're getting into the not so hot products now. So I had this in, again, I think this was March's Glossybox. It's the Essence Instant Matte Makeup Setting Spray. And I've just realised I've got 2 Essence products in here. But yeah, the idea is it's a setting spray. Now, it did say in the blurb that came with it that it could be used as a primer as well, and that is the only reason it is not further down this list, because you can't use it as a setting spray. I can't use it as a setting spray. It's just the way it sprays. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you very well, but if you spray it, like, I don't know if you can see. No. Oh, there. You see those little droplets? If you spray that onto your makeup when it's done, that is going to ruin it. Absolutely ruin it. And it has done. So, you know, you can tap it in afterwards with a sponge, but the damage has already been done. That's my husband sneezing. So the only way I found that I can use it is as a primer. So just put it on before you put your makeup on, and it works okay. It is mattifying, so again, I'm probably going to get more use out of it in summer than in winter, but as we're coming up to summer now, that's perfect timing. But yeah, as a setting spray, nah. But as a primer, it's alright. Next was the eyelashes I got from the Glossybox Easter egg from the brand Cink. I did use them and I liked certain parts of them, but they just weren't for me. They were not self-adhesive. They were pre-glued. And I liked that it was less faff. I liked that they were really fluffy. They felt really soft, they felt lovely, but they were very big and they were very long, and for me that just wasn't it. I've got quite small eyes and I had to cut them in half in order to be able to use them, which meant I've got 2 pairs, but once I'd used them I was reluctant to use them again because of them being pre-glued. Trying to get the sticky off to reuse them, it was just, and also they'd got quite a thick black band on, which I wasn't a fan of. I don't really wear eyelashes all that often anyway, so with them being fiddly and long and thick black band. They just felt really uncomfortable, and they just weren't for me. They just weren't for me. You know, they probably weren't a bad product, but for me, they just didn't do it. Next, it's 2 items, but it's the same sort of thing, and this is the other essence thing I'm going to talk about. So it was eye pencils. So I've got one in the shade Purple Rain, if it will, yeah, and then I've got one in Snow Queen, which is obviously a white. So I've got purple and a white. I bought them to use them in my waterline, and they are supposed to be long lasting. They're supposed to, well, this one at least is supposed to be waterproof, and I thought, brilliant, ideal for my waterline. They're soft, you know, they're retractable. I tried it on my hand, goes up, yeah, they're that soft, they break. I tried it on my hand and it, you know, goes on really well. Unfortunately, it doesn't work the same way on my eyes. So trying to use them on my waterline, I just found that there was no colour payoff. So here, looks great. Couldn't get that same colour on my waterline to save my life. What I was getting was chunks of colour in my lower eyelashes, but on my actual waterline I felt I was having to constantly go over and over and over and over and over in order to get any kind of colour. And on this eye in particular, if I do that, it starts watering, my eyes start watering, and it just, okay, waterproof, great, well the white one is at least, but there's only so much they'll take, and if within seconds of you trying to apply it your eyes are streaming, it's not great. So they just weren't fit for purpose, so that's why they are on the fails side of things. The next thing is this. So it's the Laura Geller Baked Highlighter in the shade French Vanilla. It's a sample size, and I had it in a Look Fantastic freebie beauty bag, I think in February. One of those, if you spend so much money you get so many products free, and this was in there. I'd never tried a Laura Geller highlighter, but I had heard good things about them, so I was excited to try it. And then it came and I opened it up and I went, so it looks a bit like that. So it looks kind of shiny in the monitor, but it's not. It's really not. It's chalky. It's just so powdery. I mean, I don't know if you can see that, how powdery that looks. Just you just touch it and it's powder. If I put that on my face, it just looks like I've put powder on my face. It does not look like a highlighter. So it was just not good, really not good. The only way I've been able to use it is by using it to set my eye primer. So I will still be able to use it, but it's just not going to be the way it's intended at all. So it was just a major disappointment. I have since had another Laura Geller highlighter, and even though it's not necessarily my colour, I just liked it so much more. It's more of a highlighter. I mean, you can see the shine on that compared to that, just the difference. That's a highlighter, that is not. But yeah, this is lovely, and although it's not necessarily in my sort of shade, I just think that's absolutely beautiful. And you know, I will use that as an eyeshadow if I have to. I will potentially use it as a highlighter on days where I'm feeling like I want to, you know, glide to the gods and all that jazz. But yeah, that the first one, no, just no. And lastly, and again, this was a fight for which spot the Laura Geller and this item were going to go into, and the only reason this one is right at the bottom is because I am never going to use it, and it's these. Got these in the April edition of Glossybox. They are the HairFlick hair vitamins. So it's a food supplement, blue raspberry flavour, 1 week travel pack of gummies, and I don't need them. I've got vitamins that I've got a multivitamin that I take already, and looking at the nutritional information on this, the ones that I take that I only need to take 1 tablet for, I get this and more, and this I'd need to chew 2 of these a day. It just doesn't make sense for me to take them. I'm sure they're lovely, but for me they're just an absolutely pointless item. I don't knock them being in Glossybox. I think a lot of people would have got enjoyment out of them. I saw a lot of comments saying that they were happy to have them, and that's great. And for me, it didn't detract from the value of the box, because the other items that were in there I was happy with, but this one just didn't do it for me at all. It's going to sit in my room doing nothing until they expire and I remember to throw them out. And that is why they are at the bottom of the list. So that's it for my favourites and fails for the month of April. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.